for us. There you see the Wildcats coming onto the field, led by our cheerleaders, and we had about 125 dressed out with the ball game, which includes 24 ninth grade youngsters who moved up with us, and we have about a little over 100 youngsters who are still with the team that went to camp. We had a couple, Doug Henderson and Peter Feller, who had knee surgery, but they're still very much a part of the team. But of course, they're the two that aren't just out. A youngster named John Green his family moved back to Atlanta. There you see an interesting psychological thing that the Dunwoody folks had up a sign, win number 701, maybe next year. That's interesting psychology. I've always studied the psychology of competition, and I'll let you folks draw your own conclusion as to how that worked out. There you see a wedge, a very fine wedge that they had to bid it up, but number 97, Donald Hitson made the opening tackle on the opening kickoff, and so the Wildcats are in business. First down and 10 at the Dunwoody 31-yard line. Dunwoody had a deliberate delay or slow ball game because they didn't want to have a whole lot of things. There was a fumble on that first play, but the Dunwoody lineman recovered it for a 1-yard loss. So we have a 2nd and 11 at this point. And there is a trap option play. That's a football play that's come in the last 4 or 5 years. But we played it extremely well, and it played well from the backside, which is number 49, one of our captains, Franklin Wiseman. There's our defensive captain, Marcus Williams, intercepting the first pass that they threw in the ball game and returned it to about the 25-yard line. And so the Wildcat defense once again rises to the occasion. We don't move the ball. The Dunwoody defense is very strong also, so we have I believe that's Alan Sanderson trying a 41-yard field goal. Missed it by about 10 or 12 feet, but he was real close to it. But then the ball comes back that's a touchback. The ball comes back to the 20-yard line. They open the hole, but number 22, Troy Brown, the junior cornerback, makes an excellent tackle for only a 2-yard gain, maybe only about a 2-yard gain. And here Dunwoody has two tight ends. Make a pretty good play here with their fake. Quarterback kept the ball, number 16. But here they have a quarterback draw, and this play hurt us several times, about 4 times during the game. We finally tackled him with number 49, Franklin Wiseman, but Dunwoody made a first down at this point. Here, number 44, Marcus Williams, gets blocked all the way to the ground, but gets up and makes the tackle for a sack for about a 8 or 10-yard loss right there. There you see 93, Sebastian Davis. He did a good job, and so the Dunwoody team kicks. They have a left-footed kicker, you'll notice, and he shanks it just a little bit. A little later on, they'll change to a right-footed kicker. But Valdosta has its second possession with 4:04 to go in the first quarter. Steve Everson, quarterback, comes up and tries a new play that we'd put in, which was a bootleg off of a trap with a lead, and we get a little confusion there, and he gets tangled up in the backfield. Tried a quarterback sneak there on a 4th and 1 and made it. Steve Everson made it behind excellent blocking of Chris Gingro. And we have 52 in there, Jesse Hunter. And this is a great play right here. Steve Everson fakes the ball to the fullback and moves all the way down right around the 9 or 10-yard line. I think Steve stepped out of bounds somewhere around the 9-yard line. We don't move the ball. We miss a couple of passes, and so number 10, and that's Ryan Sanderson, kicks a field goal for our first points, and that stood for a long time, 3 points. Neil Roundtree snapped the football, and Steve Everson made held it, and of course Ryan Sanderson made the kick. Dunwoody, after 9 plays, as you can see there, has a 4th down situation. The quarterback moves out, and he's stopped by number 93, junior defensive tackle Sebastian Davis, and 49, senior captain, defensive end Franklin Wiseman. There you see the crowd giving their approval. Now we're in the second quarter. And Steve Everson goes in and finds Shadrack Green, our offensive captain, catches a pass, moves down to about the 2 or 3 yard line, between the 2 and 3 yard line, and we're in business right here. But let me say to the listening audience here that I don't do a good job setting up the plays, and so I have to take responsibility here. We don't score. On the first play, David Williams moved off left tackle. The second play, Alfred Barnes tried it off right tackle. The third play, David Williams tried it again. Now this time we're going to try a keep with Steve Everson, and they just penetrate us. Number 74 there was a young man that is a sophomore, we didn't know about. He was a real good player, but they stymied us. A credit to the Dunwoody team and their coaching staff. They did a fine job right there, and I have no excuse to make other than they did a fine job. I wish I'd done better. Our coaches did a wonderful job at halftime. Charles Tarpley, Larry Jester, Keith Middleton, and Al Aikens on defense. Jim Burris is our trainer. Our offensive coach Jerry Baker and Ronnie Pitcock, our backfield coach Michael Bryan, and our receivers coach Bob Bolton worked extremely hard. Our band, as you see there, did a great job. Now here we're in the fourth quarter, and we changed formations, and that's Alfred Barnes making one of the finest runs we had in the ball game. And here we have some strategy coming up, sending in 41 Chris Rocky with the play, and there you see number 72, our sophomore tackle, Harvey Moore. And we try off tackle to the left with David Williams, maybe pick up 2 yards. And this is a 2nd and 8. We have fake a cross buck. Steve Everson steps. He finds Shadrack Green wide open behind the right cornerback, number 16, who's also the quarterback. And there you see a very happy young man, because that's a fine combination. Steve Everson to Shadrack Green, and the entire 11. My wife and I checked this video. All 11 of the players in the game at that time came down to congratulate Shadrack Green. Of course, they all were part of the score. There you see Ryan Sanderson, number 10, kicking the extra point, and the score stands at 10-0, which was the way the game ended. There you see some excited coaches. You saw the crowd a little bit earlier, how they appreciated, how they applauded there. And there's Noisy Ross. Sorry, you're done, Woody. And then our Cats are back. They were also the Wildcats, and my, how we appreciate Herbert Noisy Ross for the enthusiasm he gives us, and the sincere love that he has for the Wildcats. We have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go there. We played it back and forth. There you see the congratulations at the middle of the field. Their team had played extremely hard. They did an excellent job, and I think they're to be commended. And there you see a lot of our youngsters. I don't know what kind of a step that is, but there's a lot of enthusiasm, and I see a lot of youngsters doing that type of thing. They're coordinated a lot better than I thought they were. It's the first time I've observed this, but very proud of the youngsters and the job they did, and the crowd and the enthusiasm, and the Wildcats. So folks, we're going to try this one more time, and we've got a big one coming up Saturday night, so stay with us.